Hi, I'm Rose Lambert, spiritual mystic alchemist. I'm here to guide you out of any struggles and help you find your higher self to change your thoughts from negative to positive. No more struggling. Learn to flow with positive vibes. Let's create your dream life. Change your mind, change your life.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mystic, Spiritual Mystic Alchemist Show. And I am Mystic and Alchemist and your host for the show, Rose Lambert. This is my eighth taping. I am not professional in this, and I'm trying to do the best I can to give you my message and help you with the spiritual growth and be there for you if you're going through awakening or struggling and trying to learn things about spirituality, how you could do better and manifest things. And today I want to talk about secret of manifesting wealth, health, and love. Don't go anywhere. Please press subscribe button and like, and those are important for me to keep making these videos, and we're going to have a wonderful time. I watch, and sometime I see there is like very important things are missing from these 10 minutes, 15 minutes clips. And I know everybody wants to make their life better, and they don't want to struggle and have a beautiful life, and everybody deserves that, and that's your birthright. You should have the beautiful life, and you should have everything you want in life. And I'm here to help you and share how I do it and what's the real secret, and to be really successful, how you manifest things. First of all, let's start important things, like very important things. It's just not just making a vision board and repeating mantras. It is more than that. You have to start with your cleaning the junk, cleaning the garbage, the feelings, emotions, negative things. It's not serving you anymore. You got to get rid of those. To get rid of those, you have to forgive, forget, and move on. Because I'll try to explain to you, we are 60-70% water and energy. We are vibrations. When we think, our thoughts goes out to universe. And when our thoughts goes out to universe, you will get, universe will provide you with everything you want. But you have to focus. You have to have that vibration strong. Vibration has to be clear. Like, you cannot have hate in there. I had a tough life, and I had a hard time letting go and forgiving some people. I know it's not easy. You could say it's easy to say, but it's hard to do. I understand that. It's very hard to do when you really get hurt to the core. It's very, very hard. But we have to do it for our own benefit, for our own good. You have to forgive. You have to move on. Doesn't matter what happened, why happened. But usually, if you think about it, you learn something from that experience. That's why sometimes we have hard times to teach us lessons. So more you learn, become more spiritual, you will understand karma. You will understand why we are a good people and having these horrible, bad experiences, why these bad things are happening to us. If you never had a bad day in your life, how are you gonna learn? How are you gonna grow? How are you gonna experience challenges? And then how are you gonna appreciate? Because day after day, life is the same. You will be bored. We are human. We are spoiled. If everything was perfect every day, it wouldn't be perfect for you anymore. You will be bored. So God gives us, source gives us challenges, puts us up and down. And then also we have old karmas from, not just from this life, from other lifetimes. So you don't know that person hurt you. Maybe you had some unfinished business before life, before many lifetimes ago. And it was time here to deal with it. So you don't know why that bad thing happened to you, why that person did whatever they did to you. It's the best thing is let go, clean start. Because when you have a hate or negative feelings in your heart, you cannot generate very high vibration, positive vibrations. In order to manifest, you have to have very high vibrations, very high positive vibrations. Whatever you put out, that's what you get back. It's like a vacuum. It just, wherever the focus, attention goes, there's where the energy flows. So if you're flowing out, putting out a negative energy, you will be getting back more negative. I had people, I couldn't tell them to their face, and I know their life, and they're not, very thoughtful, and they always, guards up and don't have much care or love for others, and wants just best for themselves, not for everybody else. And those people, like, sometimes they ask me, it's like, well, how come you come from nothing and you got everything you want, every hard situation you're overcoming? I can't. I was shy to say you're mean. And, it's hard to tell people who they are sometimes. If we have money, we have to share it. Like, I know, some people are, it's like very greedy, and they could have millions and millions of dollars, not just surviving, it's a millions and millions of dollars. There's no kids to pass on, there's nothing, but they will be like cheap to their core. They can't help anybody. They don't even invite people into their home because they say, oh, those people are going to eat and drink. That's what they count. Like, yeah, having a 20 million, 15 million, 20 million in the bank, and you don't want to even invite a guest into your house, thinking they're going to eat and drink. And then they say, why I don't get what I want? What else are you going to get? God gave you what you want. You have all the money to help people share. You're not doing. What else you want? And that's what I want to say. And, we have to be a nice people. When you're good, like creating a good karma, when you're good, God is good, source is good back to you. Change your current belief system. We got to change what we've been programmed to believing. I can't do that because because I born into this situation and I can't, like for example, me. I don't have a higher education. I came to this country immigrant, and if I believed what it's been told, I shouldn't be aim my goals very high. And I wouldn't be entrepreneur. I wouldn't be getting successful business. I'm a girl, came, it's like in Turkey, it's like that was the thing, find a husband. When you're poor, coming from a poor family, the only thing you could do is find a husband could taking care of you. I did find a husband. I was 17 years old to get me to America. But after that, I kept working and I taking care of him and my family, my family back home in Turkey. I'm the oldest of the family. We are 5 kids. I taken care of my family much as I could. And I taken care of my family here by working. But my belief always said, you're a girl, you start from nothing, you have to have a man. I kind of had a hard time with that old belief for a long time. Even I was very successful. I was able to achieve everything I want in life, but still, deep down, I was giving into that fear, was testing me sometimes. And I thought, it's like after 24 years being married with my first husband, father of my daughter, thank God he bring me to America. He was the reason. I'm grateful for that always. But after that, he was a narcissist. It was very difficult. I couldn't get a divorce. He was telling me if I try to get a divorce, he will put a drugs on my suitcase when I'm traveling for business, and he will report me. I would have ended up in prison. He was saying he would take away my daughter and send it to somewhere I could never find her, and like blackmailing me. And I couldn't get a divorce for 24 years, and I was scared from him. I was working, I was successful, but I was silent. I was living my own nightmare. But the time come, but I didn't give up my dreams. I always had, even the situation tough as like that, I didn't give up my hope. I believed one day that's going to be over. I believe one day I'm going to be free. And because I know Source, Creator is real. And I know I'm not alone. I am always and always watched. God watching and knowing everything. If we can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. I had that knowing with me, and I was saying, this is going to be one day, this is going to change. And I believed it. I had my vision board in my head, and I believed in that dream to have my freedom. And I got it. See, manifesting. After 24 years, I manifested and I believed. I didn't give up. I believed one day it's going to be end, and it ended. So sometimes I know it's like it's not just, it's maybe some of you want to change your situation. Maybe you're in tough relationship, like I was. Hang in there. Don't give up. Time will come and you will be free. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Don't. Can I have a water? Don't give up hope. And never stop believing. Miracles happens. You will manifest good things back into your life. I got out of that situation after 24 years, but I didn't give up. Thank you. I didn't give up. So whatever your situation is, don't give up. You could make visualization board. You could put pictures in there. You could cut out pictures of vacation, homes. If you want wealth, it's like something associated with wealth. Healthy living, you could cut out pictures of, healthy living pictures, doing yoga. Make a visualization board and focus on that. Most important thing is not giving up, and also having certain time of day. I'm a dreamer. I think what saved me was I'm a big dreamer. I am always fantasize everything in positive ways. Doesn't matter what kind of hard situation I'm going through, tough times I'm going through. I always visualize having it better. Even my marriage was bad, I kept visualizing, only trying to focus on the good. I didn't focus, and I didn't make the negative parts of my marriage bigger. So that's why sometimes I got 2 divorces. So because I do that so well and believe I have something good, because I keep focusing on only good. And when time comes to separate or divorce, people are shocked, and because I create this beautiful fantasy life. And now a lot of people are doing that with Instagram and social media. I wasn't doing that to make other people, to envy me or jealous of me. I was doing to be believing. I was trying to believe my own self. I wasn't doing it for other people. I was doing it for my own self, to believe my situation was good and make the best of my day. So maybe, it's like everybody's criticizing, putting out the best of you. Maybe it is good. Maybe you should do the best of you and look back at you and you see the good things in your life. Maybe you should enjoy that happy moments and beautiful things you put into social media, and you see the good side of the good parts of your relationship or your life. So everything serves us some way another. Things here to serve us. You got to try to clear negative things out of your life. Like, people who hurt you, forgive them. You don't have to go say, I'm forgiving you. Just do it in your mind, do it in your heart, and let it go. And, just, you don't have a connection with them. You don't have to talk to them. Just in your heart, release yourself. Release that negative feeling. So you will be a better magnet to attract better things in your life. Because if you are light, you're going to produce better energy. It's like the more positive energies. You're going to produce more positive energies. So in order to produce those, higher levels of vibrations of positive energy, you gotta forgive those people who hurt you along the way. Let it go. Say adios. And universe is energy. I know a lot of people doing one other big major mistake. They're detailing what they want. Like, I want to marry so-and-so. I must have this person. I must have that house at this location. I must have this business. You're making it so much harder for yourself by doing that. Gonna give you the trick. If you want universe to surprise you, because 1,000 different ways you cannot think, the good things will happen. Maybe the person you think it's love of your life, maybe it's not. It's not your soulmate. My answer to that, when I pray, like if you want to buy a house, for example, if you want to buy your dream house, ask for wealth. So when you have the wealth, you could go buy any dream house you want. Don't say the location. Don't say where it should be. If you want to get married, if you want to have a lasting love, don't put the person's name. You say, I want to have a lasting love. I want love, and I want to be loved and loved. And I want to be happy. And don't put name, because you don't know the person you're dating, you're seeing, you're engaged. Maybe it's not the person for you. So let universe surprise you. And sometimes people are not in good health. It's only praying for, it's like, okay, take away, I have a pain here, and if I had this happened this way, this happened that way. Instead of that, just pray for good health, generally good health. Every cells in your body, pray for healthy cells in your body and general health. And thanks for, when I pray for my health first, love in my life, and wealth, whatever I have. If I want to generate more, and I will say, God gave me more love, Source gave me more love, and I need to, for this, for that, I need more loving person in my life, or I need more finances, so I could go buy the house I want, or I could take the trip I want. When you have more finances, you could do all that. So see, you don't have to detail. You're making it much harder for universe to deliver you what you need. What happens sometimes, I seen that happen, people are writing long letters to universe. If anything is not in that letter, they're not seeing. Sometimes some things are not meant for us. It's not for our best interest. We shouldn't have them. So even we ask, and sometimes universe sends us a different person. And maybe you want to buy a house in certain neighborhood and certain location. Maybe that's not the best place for you. Maybe you're going to let go from your job and your dream house is somewhere else. Maybe you're going to get a divorce, so you're going to move out. Universe knows that. So it's better to just ask for good health, enough wealth, and love. And then source loves gratitude. If we could be grateful for everything we've been provided, just saying you are grateful from genuinely by feeling it. Not, it's like even those like mantras, affirmations, you have to feel it. If you don't feel it, it doesn't mean anything. You have to pick out affirmations, mantras, put it up, the mirror in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, washing your face. You could see it, you could repeat it day after day, but you mean it. Without feeling something, putting out there, it doesn't mean nothing. Just organize it and know what you're doing. Figure out how to be, prepare yourself to wish for your best things for you, for your life. I know times are hard for a lot of people. Well, life was never been promised to be easy. We're not in heaven. You could create a heaven on earth by doing certain things, but this is a world and we're gonna have ups and downs. We're gonna have negative, positive. We're gonna have some hard times, but trying to figure out which the best way we could have most from this life, and we could start learning from the hard times and enjoying the good times. That's a good life. I came from nothing. It's like basically like totally nothing. I'm resilient. I've been told like I was going through one hard time and my spiritual awakening without they didn't understand what was going on with me. I tried medical marijuana. When you're spiritually very open, that took me to different dimension. And my daughter didn't realize what was going on. She thought I lost my mind and went to court. And of course, they don't know spiritual stuff. And took away my rights. Like I've been basically declared incompetent, crazy, and I've been put into rehab with the schizoaffective disorder. That was the their thing they were saying. But what was the honestly, truly was happening, I tried medical marijuana and I was having a spiritual awakening in the different levels and going to different dimensions. But they don't know that. So, long story short, I went through really hard times over there, and then, but I was fighting. I was trying to make it better, my situation, and there was a lot of people getting alcohol treatment over there, and they were doing therapies. I don't have an alcohol problem, but I was like learning their life, and I said, maybe Source want me to be here. See, now I'm here doing this show, and I could understand what they're going through because I spent 30 days and I was in the rehab, and how I was there and I was trying my best to get out and prove my point. My counselor, the therapist said, Rose, you're resilient. Yeah, I am resilient. I don't give up, because some people were saying, it's like, well, I would never forgive a daughter like that if she did that to me, because when I was in there, I was perfectly normal because I wasn't smoking or taking gummies, medical marijuana. I was just like this, and they were like, what are you doing here? Do you have alcohol problem? No. And why are you here? I was saying, well, I did that, and that's why I got misunderstood. I end up here, and my daughter got the guardianship of me. They're like, well, we would never talk to a child like that. How she could do that? But I knew the order was coming from a higher place, and maybe I needed to experience that. And later on, I learned actually why I had to experience that, because in the spiritual awakening, sometimes spirit guides will give you some lessons. And my lessons was because you have to be free of ego. I still had some ego. And to humble me down and get rid of my ego, that was the experience I had to take. It was nothing, it wasn't my daughter's fault. And that was to kill my ego, humble me down. That was the experience I had to have my spiritual maturity and become who I am. And, it's like things are happening in my life, like unbelievable. Like, look, I am not a professional TV host or anything. It's like my English is not even good enough for any of those things. And I'm here and talking to you and reaching out to, I was doing this one-on-one, trying to help people, and Source gave me opportunity to reach out so many more. And so, see, I didn't hold on to anger. I didn't, because there's sometime when the bad things happen, there is a other reason. Okay, here you go. It's like, so if I got mad at my daughter, it would be the wrong thing. And because I needed to be more humbled, and I needed to have that experience. And, because order for us to be spiritual mentor, guides, we have to go through some training. And Source does that. Spirit guides does that. And I went through a lot of things. I even spent 7 days in jail. Yeah, I did. How that happened, I had an open Prosecco in my car, But spiritually, I was, in the different dimension. When I got pulled over, they made me blow the thing. There's no alcohol came. And then, because I didn't drink, that was an open bottle, and a hurricane was coming, and I was going to a friend's house, and I was taking it with me to have it over there. And then they get me other blowing thing, no alcohol, and they decide, because I had an open container, they decide to take me in. And then I don't know what happened, and they took me in for a night. And next day I was gonna go see the judge. And then, but the hurricane came in Florida. We got locked down for 7 days, and I ended up spending 7 days in jail. And because I guess that was part of my growing experience too. So, see, and I did have a lot of spiritual awakening and realized some of the things. And actually, I did travel to a different dimension when I was in there. And I felt like I was in a different place. It wasn't like in this world. I felt I traveled to someplace else, and that in 7 day period. It was part of my awakening. So we got to let go. We got to let go and open our minds and focus on the good. Try to see what's best in this world. I don't know your situation. You might be you're watching me until this point. You might having a spiritual awakening. That's why I'm here. It's like always people comes into our lives for a reason. We need to hear things, and we need to, it was very helpful for me to meet somebody, find people sharing their stories on YouTube was very helpful. And I had few friends, had spiritual awakening. That was very helpful for me. And then, anyway, let's go back to frequencies and manifesting better life for you. Waking up, if you are waking up around 4 a.m., between 3 to 5, those are the times basically heavens opens and time to better connection with the God, with the source, and hearing you, and better vibration. It's like you're on your phone, there's bars goes up. Those are when the bars are highest, and there is no in between voices, and it's clear, open, and that's the best time to communicate. If you can't get out of the bed, and if you're working on something, go sit on the table and open up, and the thoughts will come to you. It will flow to you, because then spirits will help you. That's the time. It's everywhere is so quiet. You could hear better, and they could hear better, you too. So if you have a tendency to wake up in those between 3 to 5, please try to see, test for yourself. You're going to see the difference. You're going to be feeling like, where's this come from? It's like, how did this no one come to me? And you're going to be much better, getting much better information. So you will be like, I feel like I'm much more smarter. It's like when I wake up in those hours, and if I'm working on what should I talk on the, what should I do, it's like work and stuff like that. it's like the thoughts and ideas comes to me, or if something was bothering me during the week and I didn't have uh, I couldn't figure out what was going on, the knowing comes, and that's the spirits are helping you. And learning to love yourself. That's something I was always busy, didn't do. Like I was always providing, trying to, like, you know, I always thought providing for my family and they will love me back. Providing, doing this, for my spouse will love me, respect me more. And I never thought about my own self. With the awakening and also watching other people, I saw the Wayne Dyer, I big fan of him. Loving yourself. He had some books, and loving yourself and respecting yourself, it's a big thing. I mean, I went through life without thinking of myself, what's best for me, and then I end up getting in bigger troubles because I wasn't thinking about me. I was always thinking about the trying to save my marriage, trying to do best for my brothers and sisters and my mother and my father, and trying to do best for everybody else, and I wasn't thinking about myself. We gotta think what is best for us, and because you are part of God, you are part of Source, you are important. Appreciating everything God giving you, every ability, the intelligence, your looks, hands, feet, everything, the being grateful and appreciating who you are and loving yourself just the way you are. There is a reason why God created just the way you are. And you have a contract and you want that and you agree, try to figure out why would you had the contract, why would you choose to be who you are, and try to figure out what's your calling. And because when we come to this world, all of us, each of us, we choose the life we start with, but we have free will. With that free will, things could change. So there's 1,000 different ways things could go. That's in your hand. But the major contract, the coming to this world, you signed it. We all did. And sometimes some of us in tough situation, they say it's like, well, if I did, why, if that was real, why would I put myself into such a tough situation? Well, maybe that's the experience you wanted to have, a feeling you wanted to learn, that because that was missing from your soul. Because whatever we miss, maybe, now maybe you're a very poor person and suffering. Maybe you were very rich and you wanted to experience what it feels like being poor. You don't know that. It's like we always come here to experience something, either help or something missing from our growth, the soul growth. So, but doesn't mean if you are financially in difficulty right now, you could be always staying there. You could do things and you could manifest yourself out to better life. And focusing on your thoughts, focusing on your life, being grateful and being a good person goes a long way. It's like you can't be a jerk and expect God to give you favors and source to give you favors. It's like you have to be a good person. You have to clean your act, and intentionally you cannot hurt people, like, having an intention to hurt people and then ask source to help you out. It's like, no. It's like, if you want the source to universe to give you what you want, universe wants us to be good, positive. We have to be a good people. We have to be a good person. We can't be negative, hurting people, lying, stealing, envious, jealous, hateful, doing bad things, and then saying, well, I'm so unlucky. I'm trying to manifest, I have a vision board, but nothing is happening for me. Well, too bad. It's like, so you got to clean your act. If the people, like anybody like that watching, got to clean their act. There's a million ways to hurt people, and there's a million ways to help people. Always choose to help people, not to hurt people. And if you hurt people, hurt will come back to you from source. Universe will hurt you, because remember, what you put out there, what you get back, and that's what you're generating. And I know some people, it's like, stealing somebody's husband. That's bad. That's very bad. It's like breaking up a marriage, and then they're complaining. They're not happy in the situation. It's like they have financial problems, and they have stepchildren. It's hating them. They have fights in their home, and they're like, well, it's like, you're manifesting, but I can't. Well, first of all, what did you do? Stole somebody's husband. That life wasn't belong to you. But everything could be turned good if we ask for forgiveness. And we're really sorry for what we did, and we make a peace, and hopefully universe will give you a better chance. But whoever sometimes suffering from some stuff, that's from bad karmas. And sometimes the bad things, like, I suffered from a lot of bad things too. That's from probably my karmas from before lives. And I saw it, some of my visions, I saw I wasn't a very nice person my before life. So, sometimes we create karmas here, sometimes we create karmas in other life. And I went through a lot of hard times, because this lifetime I was careful, but because I did question why I am going through this, and I've been showed, because I am also psychic, I could see things, and spirits show me. And my other many times ago, I wasn't a very nice person, and I paid the price of what I did in my other lives. So sometimes we paying karmas comes from our ancestors. So it's better to just don't add on those, just don't add more negative karmas. Whatever happened in this life, it's enough, like, but we carrying, karmas from other lives. So try to be good, try to do the best you can, and don't create any negative karmas. I made little notes, and I don't want to, because every time this like 1 hour show, when it ends, when I go back, and at night I'm like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that, and I'm forgetting things. I'm just gonna look quickly. Oh, when you're manifesting things, don't try to figure it out. Like, let's say if you're you want like something, it's like, don't try to figure out how it's going to happen, because you could never ever figure out. There's 1,000 different ways God could give you things, and don't try to figure it out. Like, I was in Miami. I was newly married to my second husband, and I saw over there some snowbirds, and they had a place in Miami, and I desired to have a place over there, but I didn't know how it was going to be. And I said, I wish I have a place here. It's like, but I didn't make, it's like plans how this could happen, where it could come from. And in 2 years, I had my own place, and I started living in Miami in the winter times. I become a snowbird. But at that time, there was no way I could have possibly imagined the things happen to make it happen to, so I could have that life. It was impossible. I could have never ever dreamed or think. So that's why you make your wish, but instead of saying it's like, source God, it's like, let me win lottery, you just say, it's like, give me more wealth. So maybe, because winning lottery is probably more difficult for the source, because maybe like not so many people get the biggest prize. Maybe there's a different ways you will get what you need. It's like, don't name it. Do not point out. Don't point out so-and-so I should get married or I should be with. It's like, don't point out. Like, if you have a good health, enough wealth, and love, everybody will be happy, isn't it? So more concentrate on this. Good health, enough wealth, and enough love. So if you keep saying this in the morning, throughout the day, if you could remember, take a little time at night before you go sleep, and make part of you. And before you know it, you will start seeing your life changing. And then saying your gratitude, you same way, you saying to source, thank you for my health, thank you for my wealth, thank you for the love I receive. And be always grateful, the love, the wealth, health you have right now. And there's always be grateful, always ask for more of those. And then that should be a good, healthy, balanced life, don't you think so? It's like, this designing, saying this address, if I go to a vacation to Hawaii or Paris, well, if you have money, if you have the health, if you have the love, you will make the decisions. You don't have to say, it's like, well, I'm going to be happy, I want a vacation in this place. Just, I'm practical. I cut those things out, and I just ask for the main things. And then when I have the health, I have the wealth, I have the love, I could make those decisions. Everything is becomes possible. I don't say, well, next year I want to go to vacation in this spot and I have to be in, you know, uh, at this location. Just that makes harder to get your exact, to be exact, that makes it harder. But if you leave it open and thousand different ways, universe will have a ways of delivering, and universe will deliver you. And let me check what else I had. Oh, human minds works like a computer. Try to reprogram your mind to positive and subconsciously. It's like change your subconscious beliefs. It's like if you could listen, when you're going to sleep, positive affirmations. When you're meditating, try to listen positive, meditation musics. Those are very helpful. Just try to give yourself 1 hour, maybe half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. Just focus and shut your mind down and try to listen the source. Try to listen that spirit coming through, because spirit is quiet. If you don't shut your mind, you cannot hear it. So best way is when you you don't have to take a yoga position or this and that, just laying down, try to shut your mind and try to focus. It's like one little trick I do. It's like if I have something else going on, I just touch my neck like this, and then first I get my thought there, and then it's like other thought, like I just like focusing here, and then the focus goes into just being silent. Just try to get rid of the other thoughts and just empty out your thoughts and try to hear the source. Try to hear your spirit guides. Thank you for taking time and listening, and please hit the subscribe button and like, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. You taking time to listening to me, and I try to do my best to give you my best and telling the true stories from my heart. And you could write to me. And also, light workers, star seeds, went through awakening. You could write to me, and if you have a story to tell, and you could come here, and you could be guest in the program, and we could share your stories too. And I want to open this TV channel to people who's spiritually awakening and coming and sharing their stories. Thank you so much for listening to me. Namaste.
Tune in next time to Spiritual Alchemist with Rose Lambert, where we talk about everything spiritual to guide you onto the right path. For more information, contact rosegalson@gmail.com or 786-747-9280. Shalom, everyone.